This year's Police Unity Tour team, South Florida, is myself, Jason Wisnet, and Goose Carvalho. Everybody knows pretty much that's here what we're doing. It's very important for us. It's a very important event, and it means a lot. We can't thank Wings Plus and the family enough for allowing us the opportunity once again to host this wonderful event. We've got a couple speakers today, and very happy to have them. As we all know in law enforcement, unfortunately certain things happen and certain cases go forward that we may not all agree with. Broward County Sheriff's Office is currently having one of those cases. So we are very fortunate to have Attorney Eric Schwartzreich to my left, who wanted to say a couple of words in his support for law enforcement and what Deputy Perez is going through right now.
Rich Best, thank you very much, and thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. My name is Eric Schwartzreich. I'm an attorney with the PBA. Right now I have the pleasure and the sincere pleasure of representing Deputy Peter Perez. I represent a lot of law enforcement for the PBA, and it is a real shame and atrocious what has happened to Deputy Perez in Broward County, because he was indicted by the Broward County State Attorney's Office, and as you know, State Attorney's Office, they decide who's going to be called in front of the grand jury, and it is also political season. And my client, and I don't know if everything was presented to a grand jury, was indicted for doing his job. If you do not know the case, there was an individual by the name of Jerome McBean who was walking down the streets in Broward County. He went into a pawn shop shortly after he was released from a psychiatric hospital to purchase this. Where I don't need the. Do I need the mic? Yeah, it works. He went into a pawn shop after he was released from a psychiatric hospital to purchase a shotgun. Well, the pawn shop didn't have shotguns, so they sold him an air rifle, and they put the air rifle in a bag. And they told him, do not take the air rifle out of a bag. And he walked down our streets in Broward County, and he took the air rifle out of the bag. And concerned citizens saw him, and 911 calls were made, and that was relayed to other members of BSO and Deputy Peraza. And Deputy Peraza confronted him, tried to block traffic so he could protect the citizens. And then Jerome McBean walked in a residential area where there were children around a swimming pool. And they gave lawful commands to drop the firearm. And McBean wouldn't. And he was shot, unfortunately, and he was killed. But under the circumstances, he should have been shot and killed, because you don't walk down our streets with an air rifle, and you don't not listen to the lawful commands of a law enforcement officer. And for that, and exactly that, Deputy Peraza was indicted for manslaughter. And I believe that the Broward County State Attorney's Office grand jurors, what happened in there in secret, tried to go forward with a murder charge. So this case is very dangerous, can have a chilling effect for all law enforcement officers, because you guys could be second guessed for doing your job. We have filed several motions involving issues that went on in the grand jury. There were some grand jurors that we believe that had conflicts. We filed a Florida Stand Your Ground motion and other motions to dismiss. It is our intention to get Deputy Peraza back to work, because he has a family, he has 4 children, and to get him back where he belongs. And as long as I have every air that I can breathe, every breath, I will do everything I can for Deputy Peraza and get him back to work. And I want to thank you, the men and women of law enforcement, for putting on the uniform, pressing that tin badge to your chest, going into places that myself or other civilians would not go, and protecting us and keeping our community safe. And from the bottom of my heart, I really thank all of you for the job that you do, and I will do everything to get Deputy Peraza back to work. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to come here tonight. Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it. And next up, we are in the city of Coral Springs, and representing the Coral Springs Police Department, I'm pleased to announce Deputy Chief Clyde Perry with a couple of words.
Well, that's a hard act to follow, and I don't know if I'll say anything as inspirational as that. I will tell you that, I've been a law enforcement officer for 2 different agencies for over 29 years now, and we're in an unprecedented time when law enforcement's under attack from many people. And while the politicians and the pundits and the media are beating us up, just on this month alone, on the 17th, we had 2 law enforcement officers, one in Ohio and one in Utah, murdered doing their job protecting their the communities they serve. So it is an unprecedented time. But I do want to say that no matter how vile the comments are, anti-police sentiment that's going on, there are a lot of good people out there. Look around this community here. Look at this business here. Wings Plus has always been a big supporter, and we got to remember that there are good people in this world who do support the men and women in law enforcement. And despite everything that's ever been done, I've never been more proud to be a police officer than I am today. Having said that, I'm glad we're here today for this cause. I know that, you know, if you haven't been to the Law Enforcement Memorial, especially during Police Week, you got to try and get there. And the Police Unity Tour is a huge part of that. It's amazing to watch the thousands of people that bike into the city to raise money. Their motto is, "We ride for those who died," and they do great work and have raised a gang of money for the families of fallen law enforcement officers. So I appreciate everybody being out here supporting this cause. I can't say enough to Brian and his family for helping us out here. And I hope you all come in, stay, eat a bunch of wings, drink a bunch of beer, if you're off duty, of course, and have a good time. So on behalf of Chief Pastisi, who's at the commission meeting tonight and can't be here right now, I want to welcome you here to this event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And then just to touch on reference to Police Unity Tour, the chief did bring up a couple of good points to make. A couple of years ago, we raised enough money to have every single letter of every single name of every fallen officer on that memorial re-engraved, recoded, and resealed. So that was a tremendous accomplishment for us. Right now, there's over 20,000 names on the wall. So that's why it's so important to us to continue doing what we do. The last speaker for right now that we'll bring up is representing a very important group to law enforcement, and we couldn't be more appreciative and thankful to have him here in South Florida, and in particular Broward County, and we even have some local to Coral Springs. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Stephanie Stewart, who's going to be speaking on behalf of the South Florida Elio Wives group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
What?
Do it.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Stewart and I'm here representing South Florida Elio Wives. Thank you so much for including us. If you're not sure, I had a whole speech planned, but if you're not sure who South Florida Elio Wives are, is basically we are a group of wives throughout South Florida that support families and law enforcement officers in our area. We do fundraisers, we do National Police Week, we support the Police Unity Tour, rallies, competitions, and everything like that. And most importantly, we provide support for wives that are behind all the badges and give the support that we need. So to give a little bit of levity and some, funny, we came up with the top 10 reasons you know that you're from an LEO family, okay? Now, I have many LEO Wives group members here, and they helped me come up with some of these. So the number 10 reason you know that you're part of an LEO family is knowing that you're always ready for a disaster. You have ammos, vests, and ready to go bag. We're all set for anything. Lori says, never making the bed because someone's always in it, with all the shifts that everyone works. Someone anonymously says, there's something about those BDUs that everyone looks good in. Making dinner for it only to go cold because of a hot call. Many of us can relate to this. Celebrating holidays not on the actual day, and that too goes for birthdays as well. This is so true. Calling his or her friends by their last name because you don't even know their first. We always feel safe. The sound of Velcro at 3 a.m., knowing that they're safe, or does it really annoy us? I'm sure everyone can relate to this. Sitting in the perfect position, preferred facing the door at a restaurant. And number 1, we always feel truly honored and we feel so proud to be a part of the LEO family. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right, I know some of you have got some meals in front of you, so I don't want them to get too cold. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the support. It means a lot to us. Thank you.